Well, good afternoon. We're so glad that you guys are here. We were laughing with a couple of our friends out in the library just right before we walked out here, calling this a spring concert, knowing what West Texas can do to us all was maybe a big mistake. Or we finally got some moisture, so maybe we should just do concerts like this all the time, and we'll help break some of this drought. So either way, you're welcome. Like we have anything to do with it. But man, I can't tell you how excited and proud I am of this organization. You know, the very first time that you put together an organization like this, especially a fine arts type organization, it's very hard to judge what the reception is going to be and whether there's a need for it. And from the very first time that we decided that we want to do this, the response has been incredible from people who want to sing and also from audiences like you who want to hear these things. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you for being here and getting out in this weather. And then I want to thank all of my singers for the incredible work that they've put in these past couple of months also. So as we go throughout this concert, last time you got to meet some of our singers as they came and presented each piece. So we're not going to do that this time. We're going to talk to you guys a little bit about these pieces, but we have a very special announcement at the very end on one of our pieces. I'm going to let that kind of be a surprise for everybody, but we're very excited to do that also. So our first two pieces this afternoon are Randall Thompson's Alleluia and Palestrina's Si Cucervus. So we hope that you guys enjoy. So one of the fun things about having a choir like this is that there is absolutely anything that we can do. So as a conductor, it's a lot of fun to go, okay, I'm just going to go pick some music and it'll be fun because these guys can sing anything. But it's also a challenge because we get kind of boxed in, especially from where we're from. We have such strong choral traditions here in this area. So we kind of, these two songs that you just heard, you probably heard many, many times, but maybe not like what we have just done. So a lot of times I take some of these pieces that I know well, that I've done many times, and be like, what if? And so we kind of switch things up with it. And so those two pieces, it was kind of fun to dig into some things that are well known and are done well, and to kind of do it and put our own little high playing stamp on it. So we hope you enjoyed them. This next piece is fun. You'll notice that we got rid of the boys. It smells much better up here. But this next piece is a Czech piece called Hoj Huro Hoj by Otmar Maka. And so you can kind of know what's going on here. It's a mountain song. So these girls and guys are up there shepherding a sheep and other things. And so you're going to hear these calls that are happening from mountain to mountain, and then the response that you can hear back and forth. So it's kind of an echo feel. And it's a lot of fun to sing because it's very active. But see if you can hear the shepherds trying to call back and forth to each other from these mountaintops. This is Hoj Huro Hoj.
Shall Well, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say another thank you for being here. My name is Reese Kincaid, and I serve as treasurer for the High Plains Choral Society. The first thing I want to do this afternoon is I want to thank our donors, of which I see several of you who've been so generous to support us so far in this journey. It's been such a blessing to all of us to get to try this, to do this, and to be so supported by all of you. So I want to thank those of you who've donated so far, and also want to tell you that there's opportunities if you want to support what you see here today. We've got baskets to accept donations at both of our entrances. There's a QR code on the back of your program as well, and we'll have a spot for you in the reception if you feel so inclined to donate.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Harder, and I'm the president of the board here at High Plains Choral Society. And I wanted to take a brief moment to thank our board members who have worked tirelessly this year to get this organization off the ground and functioning. It very much came from a place of musicians being like, how do you put an organization together? I don't know. So we have done a lot of work and research and things like that, and I just want to thank our board. We have several of those in our ensemble. In fact, almost all of them are in our ensemble. Would you please raise your hand if you're a member of our board? Let's give them a round of applause for their hard work. We appreciate them. And I also want to take the opportunity to thank someone very, very special to us, without whom none of this would be possible, and that is our incredible artistic director, Mr. Brandon Farron.
So as we began this organization, one of the things that got us all really excited about doing this was the prospect of community outreach, of using our choral organization to reach into the community. And we've had some opportunities to do that already so far in our first season. We had a help session in November before the pre-area auditions, and we got to do some outreach around Christmas as well. And we've been very, very grateful for those opportunities. Looking ahead, our board has decided to take some steps to become a 501c3, a full nonprofit, to further our community involvement, and just wanted to keep you informed and apprised of those things as we do them.
That's one of our main missions here. Besides the fact that we get to create beautiful music and we get to have these concerts, one of our biggest passions is music education. And you will see many music education students in the audience today from various programs representing our region here in the Amarillo area. And as we move forward next year, we're trying to do all kinds of things to get involved in those programs and to bring those kids into what we do here and have collaborative opportunities between other programs in the region. And that's something we're very, very passionate about and hope to move forward, especially as we develop the nonprofit status to be able to do that in our community. So once again, we're so grateful to have you here today. Thank you for braving the cold and the wind to be here to hear us sing. And please don't forget, after the concert, we do have a reception down this way in Everhart Hall, and we would love to visit with you and see you at that time. Thank you so much.
So I often preach to my kids, both at school and anytime that I get student teachers from the colleges that come and student teach with us. The reason that classical music got the rap for being boring is because we made it boring. Our responsibilities as educators, our responsibilities as performers, is to make something interesting to everybody that comes into the room. Now, maybe classical music is not your thing, and that's okay, but there are things to be learned from that music, and there are things to be interested in about it, and it may not be your cup of tea. When that fails is whenever we fail as musicians to be able to portray something beautiful. And not only beautiful, but complex and fun to listen to, even though it may not be fast. You're going to hear some of these pieces, like the mountain song. Could you guys hear the echo back and forth? Yeah. Those three soloists, by the way, Morgan, Bailey, Ashley, will you guys raise your hand? These are our three mountain girls. Good job. It's fun because it's different, it's new, the chords are more modern, but some of this other classical music sometimes we think of as boring is because we just don't know enough about it. So this next piece is Elgar's Lux Eterna, which is actually his Nimrod, taken from Enigma Variations. It's just a piece of classical music that is, he wrote it so well as a chorale that it translates to the voice very, very well. And so as you sing this thing, it's very motivic. This idea is going to be passed back and forth between the different sections. So instead of just listening to it as a whole, which I hope that you do, I want you to find something that you could fall in love with this music, whether it's a line in the soprano or a chord that happens overall. But I really want you to turn your ears on and find that beautiful part of the painting that works for you. Does that make sense? Only then can we really truly understand it. And then, as a young man, it took me a while to figure that out. I'm still learning. So I hope that you guys all find something that you love within this piece of Lux Eterna. So this next one will be easy to love. This is the boys, and we are assuming the sea shanty position, so prepare yourselves.
Day yonder come day.
Oh, day yonder come day, oh, day yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day, brand new day, yonder come day, brand new day, yonder come day, brand new day, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. Oh, come on, child, hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush, somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? What shall I do? Oh, day yonder come day, oh, day yonder come day, oh, day yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. I was on my knees, yonder come day, on my knees, yonder come day, on my knees, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. When I heard him say, yonder come day, heard him say, yonder come day, heard him say, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. Come on, child, steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away. I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away. I ain't got long to stay here. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Oh, day yonder come day, oh, day yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, morning day, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. A brand new day, yonder come day, brand new day, yonder come day, brand new day, yonder come day, day done broke into my soul, yonder come day. Come on, child, yonder come day. Come on, child, yonder come day. Come on, child, yonder come day. Day done broke into my soul, yonder come day.
So that's fun. We hope that as much as we like to expand our horizons and try to give you guys a little taste, tonight you've heard everything from Renaissance to romantic period to sea shanties and spirituals and mountain songs from the Czech Republic. So you've heard a little bit of everything, and it really is our pleasure to do these things. But every once in a while, you find a great gift, and that's something that we found. Every time this is our third concert that we've put together. Sorry, I'm out of breath from singing so much. That's a bad sign. I might need to do some cardio. Whenever something is homegrown, and what you see behind us is homegrown singers coming from programs all over the area, but it's kind of fun to have homegrown. But we also, every concert that we've had a piece that we just fell in love with from the instant we passed it out. It's one of those ones that just clicked. These others, believe it or not, have taken some work, but every concert, one of these it just clicks, and this next piece was one of those, and it's been kind of fun because it was actually written by one of our own, and so it's a huge honor to be able to do some of the music that comes from within your organization, and it's a lot of fun when the composer sings with you inside of your choir. So I asked Ben to come up and talk a little bit about this piece about Abide in Me. So Ben, would you mind coming down and talking a bit?
Brandon asked me to say something, and I wrote down a few ideas. Otherwise, I will ramble, and we don't want that. I don't often like to talk about music. In my view, if music is something you could talk about, you wouldn't need it. It would be unnecessary. In many ways, music only matters up until the point where it can be explained. Anyway, the lyrics for the hymn Abide With Me were initially composed in 1847 by the Scottish minister Henry Francis Lyte, the year of his own death, as a matter of fact, drawn from the Gospel of Luke, in which the disciples asked Jesus to abide with them, for it is toward evening and the day is spent. It is a message for those who have fewer days ahead than behind. I began writing this arrangement of Abide With Me mere weeks before the COVID lockdown as a possible vehicle for the high school choir in Borger, where I was teaching. But like many plans before COVID, this too was superseded and never happened. During the lockdown, I was able to edit and revise and finally completed it mid-2021, just a few months ago. It was dedicated in part to the memory of those many we loved and lost during the pandemic. Ills have no weight, and tears no bitterness. Listening to this piece, you may notice some subtle or jarring moments which are not expected, or not exactly how you may remember the hymn. They're unsettled, incomplete. Like life, sometimes there is no closure or feelings of finality until the very last bar. There are unresolved dissonances and unresolved suspensions where one might expect a moment or two of rest. Abide with us, for it is toward evening and the day is spent. If I could be bold enough to make a request while you listen to this song we are about to sing, think of those you have lost in the past 2 years, or as Henry Francis Lyte might say, think of those whose sun has set, and be thankful for what light you still have. I hope you enjoy the first live performance of Abide With Me as arranged by me. And thank you for your presence and your patience.
Pretty cool. And Ben's so gracious with his music. For those of you who are music directors out there, he has offered to let any of these pieces go to your choirs as long as he gets an invite to hear it sung. He's willing to give you guys any of these choirs. So church directors out there, I'd look this guy up. He's willing to do that for you guys. So it's been a great adventure. For many of us, we're into the contest season, so this gets difficult time. We're so busy right here. So I'm so proud of these people and their dedication to come here every single Sunday and give up hours of their time. So it's been quite the ride. And so this last one is more just for us. We're glad you're here. And I know that you're going to like it too, but this one is just, it's fun to sing. It's an own Alice Parker, a Robert Shaw arrangement of Hark I Hear, the Harp's Eternal. And so it's just a fun one for us. We hope you enjoy this concert. We are having a reception afterwards, so please come and join us. Right out here through the library and down this hallway, there's a reception hall. Please come have a cookie. We've got water and drinks and also places to put money. This last one is Hark I Hear.
Hark, I hear the harps eternal ringing on the farther shore. As I near those swollen waters, with their deep and solemn roar. Alleluia, 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 alleluia.
Please join us in the reception, in the hall for reception. We'd love to see everybody. Thank you.